Hello, my dear students. How are you doing? I wish all of you are doing good. Today, I'm going to discuss with you about flowchart. You know that this is our second online class on English first paper. And in our last class, we have discussed on Unit 9, Lesson 3. And in that class, we have discussed about diaspora, and also we discuss different words related to that passage, and also discuss some open question. From a passage you have to answer different types of question. Sometimes we need to answer multiple choice question, sometimes we need to answer open question, and we also have to give answer on flowchart. So today I will discuss with you about flowchart, and for this discussion I will use our previous class last lesson, or the lesson we have studied our last class, that was Bangladeshi in Italy. So please open your book, and those who weren't attend the previous class, you need to take a look on that class, and those who have already done that class, please just try to understand what we are going to discuss today. It is flowchart. Here is the learning outcome. We can see that student will be able to write flowchart. After discussing this lesson, I think you will get a clear idea on flowchart, and you will be able to write flowchart. So let's start our today's lesson. Please open your book and start reading the passage which we have read in our last class. I use this text because it was clear yesterday, and we have got a discussion on that lesson, and we got a clear idea about it also. So I use this lesson for our today's discussion. I just go through the text, and then I will discuss with you about flowchart. So my dear student, please open the text and start reading with me. Bangladeshi in Italy. Last month, a 20-year dream come true. We visited Italy. While it was an amazing lesson in history, I was also taken by surprise at the Bangladeshi in Italy. I heard estimate of between 20,000 and 60,000 Bangladeshi in Italy. I saw them in Rome, Florence, and Venice, but not in Sina. The ones I saw all had small to medium-sized business. In Rome, they were selling handbags, sunglasses, and tourist material on the streets. In Florence, we walked into a store selling Indian-looking things, a monohori dokan, only to find the owner was a Bangladeshi who had a chain of these stores in the city. In Venice, they were selling trinkets like little puppets made from balloons on the Academia Bridge and in San Marco Square. One seller told me this would not sell in Rome, but in Venice. The tourists buy them. They were incredibly kind and polite to us. The person in Florence, much to our protestation, treated us with cokes and ice cream and sold things to us at large discounts. When it came to prices, they said, "Pay us what you want. We are so happy to see a Bangladeshi tourist here." It was a kind of haggling in reverse. One street vendor in Rome, after selling a sunglass at 80 euro to a European person, turned around and sold me a similar sunglass at 4.5 euro. I wanted to pay him more, but incredible as it seems, he would not take it. I think this barely covered his cost. At a mini flea market of Bangladeshi stalls at the Tiburtina station in Rome, I fell into a discussion of the business. It cost them 1,000 to 2,000 euros a month to rent each stall. The work is very hard and they live frugally, so they are able to save some money which they send home. One seller in Venice said he can save up to euro 1,000 a month, but only if a lot of conditions are met. That is, he has to sell an average of 50 euros out daily. His food expense cannot exceed euro 18 per month. I was inspired by their entrepreneurship and touched by their generosity and hope their diaspora comes true soon. So, my dear students, what message we have get from this passage? You know, if somebody asked you that please point out or jot down the main points which you have got from the text. I know that everyone can jot down more than 3 or 5 points, isn't it? Yes. From this text, we can learn about the people of Bangladeshi who are living in Italy. We can also find out some points about our author who had made this visit and what was his activities actually there. And then we also can jot down some points about the economical condition of the people living in Italy who made Bangladeshi diaspora there, isn't it? We can also make some imagery or make some points about the nature of Italy or about the day-to-day life of the people living in Italy. So if you can find all those points, then you need to understand that all these points we can use to make question on flowchart. I also want to say you that whenever you try to learn answer of a question, you also try to learn how to make that question. You need to learn not only the answer of a question, you also need to learn how can we make question. You need to ask yourself and you need to try to make some question also, because whenever you will be able to make question, then you will be more efficient or skilled on giving answer of that question. It's a very important point and you need to understand it also. In our last class, we read about open question. I also request you, whenever you read a text, please try to make some open question from yourself. Try to make some open question on that particular text. If you are able to make question, then you will be more efficient to give answer on it. Okay, let's take a look on our today's focus. It is particularly flowchart. I just want to discuss with you today about flowchart. What is flowchart? What is the particular purpose of that question? You know, in your first paper, that is comprehensive question, you know, you have to read a text and then you need to answer a variety of question. There are a lot of variety in question. Sometimes we need to answer open question, sometimes multiple choice question, flowchart, summary, you know. On the particular, every particular question have a particular point of view, a particular focus. For example, I can say whenever you need to answer multiple choice question, here the main purpose of the question setter is your ability of understanding vocabulary, how much you understand the vocabulary. And in case of open question, the purpose is how much you are efficient on WH question. In the same way, flowchart has a particular purpose for the question setter. When a question setter or examiner makes some question on flowchart, he just wanted to know about your skill or about your efficiency on expression, how much you can express yourself or how variedly you can express yourself. Okay, is that clear to you? Okay, I just repeat it for you. Whenever you need to answer flowchart, there are a particular purpose of answering flowchart or making question on flowchart. The purpose is how efficient you are to express yourself in a different way. How many ways you can use to express yourself on a particular point. Here, through this text, we'll make 3 flowchart from this text. And you need to answer it. The first one is read the above text and make a flowchart showing the activities of the writer in Italy. So my dear student, please try to point out that whenever you just go through a flowchart or whenever you need to answer a flowchart, you just follow this point, showing. After showing, you need to go showing the activities of the writer. So you need to follow the point that is given after the word showing the activities. So here we need to answer activities of the writer. What was our writer done in Italy? His activities, his action he had done in Italy. We need to find it out and express it in our answer. So we need to follow 2 points. One is the word after showing, which is come after the word showing. That is first point. Please try to understand and make it clear. You need to follow the word showing first. What is given to you after the word showing? Here I give you the activities of the writer. And second one, you need to follow the answer which is given in the first box. Please follow here. One is done for you. Every time whenever you go to answer flowchart, you find that one is done for you. That means one box is given to you. What is the purpose of this one? Yes, here is our main point. The purpose of giving you one answer is you need to follow that particular expression. You need to follow the structure which is given to you in your first box. So whenever you have to answer flowchart, you need to follow 2 points. One is after the word showing, the points which is given to you, and another one is which is given to you for answer in the box. Please follow it. In our box, we find that the first one is visited Italy as a tourist. So our question was, what was our writer's activities? And the pattern which we need to follow is visited Italy as a tourist. So I need to follow this structure and fill up the 5 box. Here in this structure, we can see that the structure of this sentence is started with visited. That means a verb one, isn't it? So I need to give my answer started with the verb. Okay. Please follow it. The first one is the activities of the writer, and the second one is a sentence which is started with verb. Okay. So I have given you the answer as I follow the structure given here. Visited, a verb one. I also do saw. Bangladeshis living there. So it's also a verb. So Bangladeshis living there. And the third one is meet and talk to Bangladeshi curiously. Please try to understand. I just follow the pattern of the first one, which is given to the first box, and I just try to pick up some points on our writer's activities, which he had done in Italy. Clear? I just again repeat it. The answer given in the first box was visited Italy as a tourist. So I need to follow it, and I need to start my sentence also with the verb one, and I have done it. So Bangladeshi living there, met and talked to Bangladeshi curiously, and the third one is learned about the profession of the Bangladeshi. In Florence, walked into a monohori dokan, had a clear idea of the country. Please try to understand the answer given in this box, box number 4. I have just started it with verb, learned about the profession of Bangladeshi, which is similar to our previous one, isn't it? But in answer 5, I just given in Florence, walked into a monohori dokan. But here actually the structure followed walked into a monohori dokan. I just mentioned Florence to make it particular. Okay. And the last one is had a clear idea of the country. Had a clear. Please try to understand. I just start with had and use it as a verb. Had a clear idea of the country. So is it clear, my dear student? If it's not clear, I just repeat it in Bengali for your help. You know that in your last class, some of my dear students inbox me that I need to translate it into Bengali to clarify you. Okay, I just try to explain it in Bengali so that you can understand it more. খেয়াল করো ফ্লোচার্ট বিষয়টা হচ্ছে ফ্লোচার্ট কেন দেওয়া হয় প্রশ্নে বা ফ্লোচার্ট প্রশ্নটা করার উদ্দেশ্য কি? এখানে উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে ছাত্রছাত্রীরা তাদের মনের ভাবটা বা সুনির্দিষ্ট আনসারটা সে এক্সপ্রেস করতে পারে কতভাবে আমরা আমাদের মনের ভাবকে প্রকাশ করতে পারি। এটা হতে পারে ফ্রেজাল, হতে পারে সেন্টেন্সের সাহায্যে, কিংবা হতে পারে ওয়ার্ডের সাহায্যেও। এবং আমাদেরকে কি করতে হবে? ফলো করতে হবে। আমাদের যে একটা আনসার দেয়া থাকবে বক্সে, একটা বক্স আমাদের পূরণ করা দেয়া থাকে, আমাদেরকে সেই বক্সটা ফলো করতে হবে। সেই বক্সে যে স্ট্রাকচারটা বা যে ফরম্যাটটা দেয়া থাকবে, আমাকে সেই ফরম্যাটটা ফলো করতে হবে। আর প্রথম যে বিষয়টা তোমাকে খেয়াল করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে তুমি প্যাসেজ থেকে কি নিবে, প্যাসেজ থেকে কোন পয়েন্টস গুলো নিয়ে তোমার আনসারে উল্লেখ করবে, এই জিনিসটা তোমাকে বুঝতে হবে। এই যে প্যাসেজ থেকে আমি কোন পয়েন্টটা নিব, তোমরা জানো যে একটা প্যাসেজে অনেকগুলো দিক থাকতে পারে, তাই না? অনেকগুলো দিক নিয়ে আলোচনা থাকতে পারে একটা টেক্সটের মধ্যে, কিন্তু ফ্লো চার্টে তো তোমাকে সবগুলো বিষয় তুলে ধরতে হবে না, তাই না? তোমাকে একটা সুনির্দিষ্ট বিষয় তুলে ধরতে হবে, এবং সেই বিষয়টা কি এটা আমরা কোথা থেকে পাবো, সেই বিষয়টা কিন্তু আমরা প্রশ্ন থেকেই পাবো। খেয়াল করো, এই যে যেমন এই প্রশ্নটা এখানে উপস্থাপন করা হয়েছে, এখানে কি বলা হয়েছে? রিড দ্য অ্যাবাভ টেক্সট, টেক্সটটা পড়ো এন্ড মেক এ ফ্লো চার্ট, একটা ফ্লো চার্ট তৈরি করো শোয়িং দ্য অ্যাক্টিভিটিস অফ দ্য রাইটার। দ্যাট মিনস দ্য অ্যাক্টিভিটিস অফ দ্য রাইটার। প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীরা, তোমরা সব সময় চেষ্টা করবে এই শোয়িং ওয়ার্ডটাকে ফলো করার। তোমাদের কোশ্চেনে শোয়িং ওয়ার্ডটার পরে যে অংশটা দেয়া থাকবে সেটা খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। তোমাদেরকে খেয়াল করতে হবে যে শোয়িং এর পরে কি দেয়া আছে, সেটাই হচ্ছে আমার পার্টিকুলার পয়েন্ট, যে পয়েন্টটা আমাকে উল্লেখ করতে হবে। তাহলে এখানে চাওয়া হচ্ছে কি? দ্য অ্যাক্টিভিটিস অফ দ্য রাইটার, রাইটারের অ্যাক্টিভিটিস বা রাইটারের কার্যক্রমগুলো কি ছিল, ইটালি ভিজিটের সময় ওনার কার্যক্রমগুলো কেমন ছিল, সেটাই তোমাকে তুলে ধরতে বলা হচ্ছে তোমার উত্তরে। এবং তুমি যখন আনসারটি তুলে ধরবে তখন তোমাকে একটা সুনির্দিষ্ট প্যাটার্ন ফলো করে লিখতে হবে। সেই প্যাটার্নটা কি? সেই প্যাটার্নটা খেয়াল করো, এই যে প্রথম বক্সে দেওয়া আছে ভিজিটেড ইটালি অ্যাজ আ টুরিস্ট। সো তোমাকে সেন্টেন্সটা শুরু করতে হবে ভার্ব দিয়ে। ক্লিয়ার? খেয়াল করো, আমি বাকি আনসার গুলো ভার্ব দিয়েই দিয়েছি। সো বাংলাদেশি লিভিং দেয়ার, মেট এন্ড টক টু বাংলাদেশি কিউরিয়াসলি। আশা করি তোমাদের কাছে বিষয়টি পরিষ্কার হয়েছে। প্রত্যেকটা বক্সে খেয়াল করো স্টার্ট করা হয়েছে ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে লার্নড অ্যাবাউট দ্য প্রফেশন অফ দ্য বাংলাদেশি ওয়াকড ইনটু এ মনোহরি দোকান ইনফ্লুয়েন্স এখানে কেন দিয়েছি কারণ এটা জায়গাটার নাম সুনির্দিষ্ট করার জন্য ইনফ্লুয়েন্স ব্যবহার করা হয়েছে লাস্ট ওয়ান হ্যাড এ ক্লিয়ার আইডিয়া অফ দ্য কান্ট্রি আশা করি তোমরা বুঝতে পেরেছো যে ফ্লোচার্টটা আসলে কিভাবে আনসার করতে হবে এবার আমি দ্বিতীয় এক্সাম্পলে চলে যাচ্ছি হিয়ার is a second question for you. Read the text again and make a flowchart showing the nature and activities of Bangladeshi living in Italy. So here our point is we just go through the words showing what is presented here. After showing we have the nature and activities of Bangladeshis. So in my first question I have asked you about the activities of the writer. And here in the second question, you need to explain the points of the nature and activities of Bangladeshi people. We need to discuss here about the activities of Bangladeshi living in Italy. One is done for you. So what is our format? We'll go through the first box and we can find out incredibly kind to the Bangladeshi tourist. Is it clear? Incredibly kind to the Bangladeshi tourist. Second one is sincere in entertaining Bangladeshi tourist. Considered in selling things to Bangladeshi tourist. All those activities that the Bangladeshi people were done is presented here. The fourth one is did small to medium size business. In Rome sold mainly tourist materials. And in number 6, struggled hard for survival. So I just try to express about the activities of Bangladeshis living in Italy. And I need to point out it in a particularly, okay? So now it's time for homework. Dear student, here in homework section, I just give you only one homework, that is make a flowchart showing the situation of Bangladeshi diaspora. You need to write something about Bangladeshi diaspora, or you need to jot down 5 points about Bangladeshi diaspora. One answer is given for you, that is they live frugally. So what is their situation? Their situation is they live frugally. Tara মিতব্যয়িতার সাথে সেখানে বসবাস করে, তাই না? Okay, my dear students, I will request you to do another homework that is for only for your brainstorming. It's you need to make some question. Though sometimes it sounds funny to you that how can we make question, but I just want to say you that if you are able to make question, then you will be able to give answer. Okay, so if you know how to make question on flowchart, then you will be skilled on it. So make some question on flowchart. Whatever you know, you just try to make some question on flowchart and present it to me. You can send me in message box that I just make a question, and I will check it out and I will answer you how much you are correct in making question. So please try to make some question on flowchart, and also you need to answer this question surely. My dear student, in our previous class I have given a paragraph, that is diaspora. I think all of you have completed it because it's a important paragraph and you need to read it. So it will be better for you to do practice. Without practice, actually it's not possible. You know, practice makes a man perfect. So in that case of answering flowchart, You need to do more and more practice. If you practice much, then you will become more efficient. Okay. So that's all for today. Allah Hafiz.